The world is no longer what it was yesterday, and deep within you felt it too. The air carries a strange vibration, unspoken but undeniably present. It hums through the stillness of midnight and echoes between heartbeats. Archangel Michael has stepped forward, his energy sharper, clearer, and more insistent than ever before. And his message is simple yet profound. A powerful shift is happening. Protect your energy now. This isn't fear-mongering. It's an awakening. The timelines are splitting. One path leads to ascension, healing, and divine remembrance. The other into chaos, confusion, and soul amnesia. Michael is calling upon the awakened ones, the empaths, the healers, the quiet warriors who have spent lifetimes preparing for this exact moment. You were never meant to stay asleep. Your soul knows this. The energetic grid of the planet is rearranging itself. Frequency is everything now, and the unseen realms are closer than ever before, thinner, more permeable, more reactive to intention. That's why you felt more tired lately, more emotionally stirred, even without explanation. That's why time feels distorted. Days blur. Dreams are vivid. Shadows stir more often. It's not your imagination. It's the spiritual battlefield. Intensifying around you, Archangel Michael stands with his sword of light drawn, not as a figure of punishment, but as the divine protector of truth. He reminds you the war isn't against people, it's against illusion, against fear, manipulation, and energetic parasites that have fed for too long on the unaware. You may be wondering, why now? What has changed? The answer lies in the collective, soul contract we all agreed upon before incarnation. There would come a time when humanity reached a critical point, where choice could no longer be delayed. That time is now, and not everyone will choose the light. Some will resist, some will forget, and some, like you, will rise. Michael says the energies descending upon Earth are crystalline in nature. Divine codes, solar activations, high-frequency waves designed to recalibrate the spiritual DNA of those ready to remember who they truly are. But these activations require space. They cannot settle into a cluttered, distracted vessel. That's why protecting your energy has never been more vital. Think of your aura like a temple. If your temple is wide open to every passing traveler, eventually it will fill with their noise, their residue, their sorrow. Not all visitors mean harm, but not all are conscious of the sacredness you carry. Some will take, others will attach, and some may simply drain you by proximity. Michael whispers, "Be wise with your light. It is sacred currency." You are being asked to become the guardian of your own energy field. This doesn't mean isolation. It means discernment. There is a difference. Discernment is spiritual intelligence. It's the ability to feel what aligns and what disrupts, what empowers and what depletes. And right now, discernment is your sword and shield. Begin noticing who or what leaves you feeling scattered. Pay attention to how your body reacts in certain spaces, that tightness in your chest, that sudden fog in your mind. Those aren't coincidences. They're signals. Your energy field speaks first, before logic, before reason. Learn its language, Michael. Also emphasizes the role of intention. He says your intention is the tuning fork of your reality. What you intend, even in silence, shapes the frequencies around you. Are your intentions clear? Are they aligned with your highest self? Or are they tangled in fear, in doubt, in survival mode? Because the shift will amplify whatever you carry. If you carry resentment, it will echo louder. If you carry love, it will expand endlessly. That's the gift and the responsibility of this time. Now more than ever, spiritual hygiene is not optional. You are being asked to energetically cleanse as you would physically bathe. Cleanse your aura, your thoughts, your surroundings. Call upon Michael daily, not out of fear, but out of reverence. Ask him to cut cords that no longer serve you, to shield you in light, to help you return to your true vibrational home. You don't need fancy rituals, you need presence, you need intention. A simple prayer can shift timelines. A sincere breath can dissolve attachments. A clear choice can redirect your entire path. Michael reminds you. Your soul remembers how to do this. This isn't your first incarnation navigating spiritual transformation. Many of you were initiates in ancient temples, guardians of esoteric wisdom, carriers of the flame when the world fell into darkness. You've done this before, that's why it feels familiar. That's why you're here now. You carry codes in your bones, old wisdom awakening. And yet, even the most ancient souls forget when the density of this world weighs heavy. That's where Archangel Michael comes in. He doesn't ask for perfection. He asks for awareness, for presence, for truth. His guidance is direct but loving, firm but liberating. He reminds you that energy doesn't lie. And right now, many things are being revealed, not just in the world around you, but within you. You're beginning to see the subtle manipulations that once passed as normal, the relationships that fed on your light, the patterns that kept you looping in self-doubt, the societal programs that numb intuition. You're seeing them now, not with judgment, but with clarity, and with clarity comes power. This shift is not about fear, it's about freedom. But freedom requires the willingness to let go, to shed, to walk away from what no longer vibrates where your soul is going. It's not always comfortable, but it is necessary. So breathe. Let your nervous system calm. Place your hand over your heart. And know that you are not alone in this. Michael is with you. His wings span timelines. His presence cuts through illusion. His voice is the echo of your own highest self. When he says, protect your energy, he is really saying, protect your divine remembrance. Protect the light you came here to embody. Protect the truth that lives in your bones. This is just the beginning. And as this remembrance deepens, the old layers begin to crack and fall away. What once felt solid and dependable now feels brittle, like it was built on sand. The people, habits, and environments that once fit you so well now feel foreign, like clothes stitched for someone else. That's not a failure, that's evolution. Archangel Michael says, do not cling to what was. It served its purpose. Now you are being called into what is becoming. This is the sacred shedding. You're not losing yourself, you're returning to yourself. But that return demands surrender. You can't ascend with your hands full of the past. And you can't protect your energy if you're constantly trying to rescue what's already collapsing. Let it fall. This shift is like an energetic earthquake. And just like in the physical, earthquakes shake loose the weak foundations, the unstable constructs. But once the tremors pass, what's left is pure truth, the unshakable core. That is what Michael wants you to anchor into, your unshakable self. This part of you doesn't flinch in chaos. It doesn't apologize for its light. It doesn't negotiate its boundaries or shrink to fit anyone's comfort. It knows its divine origin and moves accordingly. But to live from this place, you must unlearn the programming that taught you to dim, to overgive, to betray your intuition for belonging. Those patterns were survival-based. They were imprinted during times of fear, scarcity, and wounded leadership. But you are not here to survive anymore. You are here to lead energetically, to be a lighthouse, not a lifeboat. Michael's voice rings clear. Stop pouring from a leaking cup. You cannot pour sacred energy into those who do not honor it. That doesn't mean you stop loving. It means you stop leaking. Love from your overflow, not from depletion, not from guilt, not from the story that you must fix everyone else before you heal yourself. This shift is pushing you into energetic maturity. It's a new era of self-responsibility, not selfishness, but divine accountability. No more blaming others for your frequency. No more waiting for external permission to rise. Your sovereignty is not a future event. It's a present choice. And Michael is handing you the sword, not to attack, but to sever, to cut the cords of codependency, of guilt, of illusion. To cut through the fog and return to the clarity of soul truth. He says, you are not fragile, you are forged in light. That light has carried you through lifetimes. It has survived trauma, persecution, betrayal, even spiritual exile. And yet here you are again, awake, aware, ready. Feel that in your bones, that readiness, that remembering. This is not just about protecting your energy from what drains you. It's also about protecting your energy for what's coming. Because what's coming will require every part of you to be intact, centered, and clear. New assignments are arriving, new soul contracts are being activated, new timelines are opening, but only to those who can carry high frequency with integrity. This is why you've been tested. This is why things have fallen apart. Not because you were failing, but because your next chapter couldn't be built on distortion. So much of what you thought was you was actually programming. The pleasing, the overworking, the dimming, the settling, the tolerating of less than what your soul deserves. And now, Michael is saying, that version of you has expired. It's time to upgrade your self-concept. See yourself the way Spirit sees you, radiant, powerful, holy, because your energy field carries codes, and those codes either awaken or distort the world around you. That's how powerful you are. You are not just experiencing the shift, you are the shift, but power without grounding becomes chaos. That's why Michael keeps insisting, protect your field, anchor your light. Don't float away in fantasy or fear. Stay rooted in truth, moment by moment. So how do you do that? Start with your breath. Your breath is a spiritual tool. It's not just oxygen, it's intelligence. Every conscious inhale brings light into your system. Every exhale clears static, residue, attachments. Breathe with intention. Use your breath to bring yourself home, then check your space. Your physical environment holds energy. Clutter holds confusion. Sacred space holds clarity. Clear out what doesn't feel aligned. Burn incense, play high-frequency sounds, let light in. Treat your space like a temple, because it is. Next, reclaim your morning. How you start your day calibrates your energy for the hours that follow. Stop reaching for your phone first. Reach inward. Speak to Michael. Ask what message Spirit has for you. Pull a card. Sit in silence. Ground your light before the world starts pulling on it. And most of all, set energetic boundaries. This doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be subtle and sacred. You don't need to announce your boundaries to everyone. Just embody them. Your frequency speaks for you. Your vibration either invites or repels. Let your alignment do the work. If someone drains you, limit access. If a habit dims you, release it. If a belief keeps you small, rewire it. This is your energetic ecosystem. You are the guardian of it. Michael says, you cannot heal the world while abandoning yourself. Let that land. Because this is where many lightworkers falter. They confuse service with self-erasure. They carry everyone else's burdens while neglecting their own healing. But that era is over. The new service is rooted in embodiment. You become the frequency, and others remember by being near you. That's how energy works. It's contagious. That's why you're being asked to refine yours fiercely and lovingly, because the world needs your clearest light, not your tired light, not your burnt-out compassion, not your martyrdom, your clear light. That's the protection Michael speaks of. Not a defense against people, but a devotion to your divine path. A commitment to stay sovereign in a world that profits from your confusion. This is the shift. This is the calling, and it's only just beginning. The energy has never been this accelerated. You can feel it, can't you? It's like the ground beneath your life is humming, alive with unseen electricity. Archangel Michael says, this is the quickening, the thinning of veils, the culmination of cosmic cycles that stretch far beyond this single lifetime. You are now standing at the threshold of timelines that are being born from the choices you make in each breath. This is not a time for autopilot living. The universe no longer supports unconscious momentum. What is not aligned will fall apart. Faster now. What is not true will become unbearable, and what is sacred will shine unmistakably. You are being refined. This is the purification before the emergence, and yes, it will test you. There will be days you feel cracked open, days your nervous system feels like it's firing on all cylinders, days when old wounds scream louder than ever, not because you're broken, but because you are finally safe enough to heal them. Michael whispers, the pain surfacing is not punishment, it's release. Your body is purging what your soul has outgrown. And the more you resist, the harder it feels. But if you can soften, if you can stay with yourself through the discomfort, the shift will not break you. It will reveal you. So protect your energy not just from others, but from your own unhealed patterns, because this is where sabotage hides, in the mind loops, the ancient stories, the inherited beliefs that say you're not enough, not ready, not worthy. These are the shadows that cling the tightest in moments of transition. They want to delay your becoming. They want you to play small. But you didn't come here to live a recycled life. You came to embody a new template of being. 1. Where love is not weakness. 1 where power is not domination. 1 where boundaries are sacred, not selfish. This is the template of the awakened soul. And you are coding it into the grid every time you choose your truth over fear. Michael is surrounding you now with a circle of blue fire. Can you feel it? It is not just protection, it is activation. This blue fire burns away distortion. It purifies your energy field. It reminds your cells of their divine origin. Within this fire you are untouchable, not because the world becomes soft, but because you become sovereign. Sovereignty isn't about isolation. It's about alignment. It's about knowing who you are so deeply that you no longer chase validation, no longer shrink around disapproval, no longer barter your peace for temporary belonging. You belong to your soul, to your source, to your divine mission. And if the world doesn't understand, that's okay, it's not supposed to. You weren't sent here to be understood by everyone. You were sent here to be authentic, to be a living embodiment of remembrance. So what does that look like practically? It means saying no without explaining. It means walking away without guilt. It means resting without apology. It means creating without needing approval. It means choosing peace over performance. And yes, it means losing people, opportunities, and versions of yourself along the way. But every ending clears space for the new frequency that's trying to enter your field. You cannot carry the old into the new. Michael says, you are in the corridor now, the corridor between timelines, between identities, between dimensions. And in this corridor, nothing feels certain. That's the point. Certainty is often a cage. The soul grows in mystery, in trust, in the spaces where logic fails, and only intuition can guide you. That's where you are now. And so the question becomes, can you walk forward without needing to know what's on the other side? Can you hold your energy steady while the world reconfigures itself around you? Can you trust that every time something leaves, it is making room for something more aligned? This is energetic mastery, not perfection, not bypassing, but presence. Presence with your fear, your grief, your joy, your longing, all of it. Because your emotions are not enemies. They are messengers, they are energy in motion, and when honored, they become portals to deeper truth. Michael says, Every time you allow your truth to move through you, you come home to yourself. And that homecoming is what this shift is all about. You're not just protecting your energy, you're reclaiming it, calling back all the fragments you left behind in old relationships, in past versions of yourself, in timelines where you betrayed. You're knowing. You are calling it all back now, not to relive it, but to integrate it, to stand in the fullness of who you are, with nothing hidden, nothing shamed. This is the return of the light bearer, the one who walks through fire and emerges brighter, the one who loses illusions and gains clarity, the one who dares to protect their sacredness even when the world tells them to be smaller, quieter, safer. You are that one, you always have been. And now as you feel the shift move through you, understand that you are not just reacting to the change, you are co-creating it. Your thoughts, your choices, your vibration, they ripple outward. They influence the field. They shape the new earth that is being born. You are not powerless. You are not lost. You are becoming. So when Michael says, protect your energy, what he really means is, stay close to your truth. Don't abandon yourself now. You're closer than you've ever been. So here you are, still standing, still breathing, still walking the razor's edge between who you were and who you are becoming. Archangel Michael watches, not as a distant overseer, but as a divine presence walking beside you. His sword is no longer just a symbol, it's become part of you. You may not see it, but you feel it. That invisible force within you that says, no more. No more betraying your soul for comfort. No more silencing your truth to keep the peace. No more spiritual bypassing, pretending to be fine when your heart is aching for alignment. This is the era of truth. And Michael is reminding you, truth has a vibration. It doesn't need to be shouted. It simply is. And when you stand in it, your energy becomes undeniable. That's why some people will be drawn to you without understanding why, and others will back away. Your frequency speaks before your words ever do. So protect your energy not just with boundaries, but with embodiment. Be so deeply yourself that nothing artificial can stick to you. That's the ultimate protection. That's when no darkness can manipulate you, because there's nothing in you left to hook into, no unhealed wound they can use, no hidden shame they can exploit. Just light, just presence, just clarity. Michael says, your clarity is your sword. Use it wisely. Clarity doesn't mean you know every step ahead. It means you know what you're no longer available for, and that's enough to change everything. You don't need the whole map. You just need the next aligned step and the courage to take it. And that courage, it's already inside you, coded in your spirit, activated by this shift, awakened through every moment you chose to rise instead of retreat. It may have felt like chaos, but behind the scenes, a deeper intelligence has been guiding you all along. Your higher self has never left the wheel, even when you doubted, even when you broke. Even when you begged for answers and got silence instead. That silence wasn't abandonment, it was recalibration. The still point before the leap, for the pause before the prophecy unfolds. Because make no mistake, your life is a prophecy. You made a promise long before you were born to come here at this exact time, on this exact planet, in this exact body, to anchor the light when it mattered most. That promise is alive now, beating inside your chest, and the more you honor it, the more protected, supported, and divinely guided you will feel. But protection doesn't always look like ease. Sometimes protection looks like closed doors, sudden endings, unexpected detours. It's not rejection, it's redirection. It's your soul saying, this path doesn't carry your frequency anymore, trust me. And Michael stands at those thresholds with you, not blocking your way, but pointing toward the higher road. The one that costs more in comfort, but gives back tenfold in alignment. He knows how sacred your mission is, and he knows how much energy you'll need to fulfill it. That's why he keeps saying, Protect your energy now, not tomorrow, not once things settle. Now. Because the shift isn't coming. It's here. And those who are clear, present, and energetically sovereign will thrive in this new frequency. While others grasp at the old, you are here to embody the new. You feel it already, don't you? The deeper sense of purpose, the call to simplify, slow down, tune in, the way certain conversations feel unbearable while others feel like home. The way your body reacts instantly to untruth, that's not random, that's ascension. That's what happens when you start vibrating higher. You become allergic to what drains you and magnetic to what aligns. But this magnetism must be protected, because not everyone around you will understand your glow. Some will try to dim it. Some will try to mimic it. Others will try to attach to it, thinking your light can fix their darkness. And while compassion is part of your nature, it is not your job to carry what isn't yours. Let that sink in. You can hold space without absorbing pain. You can witness suffering without becoming it. You can love without losing yourself. Michael reminds you, compassion without boundaries is self-abandonment. So be kind, be generous, but be discerning. Your light is medicine, but it's not. For everyone, not all the time. Learn when to shine, learn when to step back. Learn when to recharge in silence. This is how you protect your energy in practical ways. Choose your conversations wisely. Unplug from noise and media that lowers your vibration. Surround yourself with beauty, stillness, nature, and truth. Cleanse your space regularly, with sound, with smoke, with salt, with prayer. Sleep deeply, eat intuitively, move with intention. Create rituals, speak affirmations. Call your power back daily, and most importantly, listen to your intuition, to your body, to the subtle nudges that guide your path. Michael is speaking to you constantly, not in booming words, but in sacred synchronicities. That feather on the ground, that repeating number, that sudden knowing, that song lyric that brings tears, these are not coincidences. They are confirmations. You are not alone. You never have been. And now more than ever, the veil is so thin that your prayers echo louder. Your intentions ripple farther. Your healing touches deeper. Every moment is sacred. Every choice is a declaration. So, what are you declaring today? Are you declaring fear or faith? Are you declaring collapse or expansion? Are you declaring survival or sovereignty? You get to choose, again and again, with every breath, with every thought, with every sacred boundary you draw in the name of your own evolution. This is what it means to walk with Archangel Michael, not as a distant angel, but as a living force of divine remembrance inside your very being. You are the light, and the time is now. And now with each passing day, the layers thin even more. You're not imagining it. Time is folding, the veil is dissolving, and your soul is remembering. What you used to need hours, days, or years to understand is arriving in an instant. Downloads, activations, realizations, all arriving like lightning, illuminating everything. And with that light comes a responsibility, because when you know, you can't unknow. When truth hits you, it rearranges you. It clears the illusions you once clung to for comfort, and it drops you into raw, luminous clarity. And that clarity, while liberating, also demands devotion. It asks you to live differently, to no longer play by the old energetic rules, to protect your frequency like it's sacred fire, because it is, Archangel Michael says, every moment you live in alignment, you become a portal of healing for the world. You don't need to be loud to shift the planet. You don't need millions of followers. You don't need external validation. You just need to be true. Your alignment radiates far beyond what the mind can measure. It touches timelines. It rewires collective patterns. It liberates others simply by being. And that's the beauty of energy, it doesn't lie. That's also the reason the world feels so volatile right now. We are in a global detox, energetically, emotionally, spiritually. What was hidden is rising. What was suppressed is demanding release. It's not chaos for the sake of destruction. It's chaos as a mechanism of rebirth, but you must hold your center, because when energy shifts this rapidly, the nervous system can mistake expansion for threat. The body starts bracing, the mind starts spiraling, the ego starts reaching for control. That's natural, but it's not necessary. This is where your spiritual maturity is tested. Can you breathe when everything inside you wants to bolt? Can you stay present when your old self is screaming to come back? Can you trust the discomfort as part of the metamorphosis? Michael says, your discomfort is not a problem. It's an invitation to choose higher, to let go of outdated coping, to rewire your nervous system with love instead of fear, to sit in the fire without running. Not because you enjoy the burning, but because you trust what it's refining. You are being initiated. And this initiation won't always feel spiritual in the romantic sense. It will feel gritty, real, raw. It will show up in your finances, your relationships, your health, your work. Not because you're being punished, but because every structure that was built on falsehood must now collapse. This includes the structures inside of you, the old self-image, the limiting beliefs, the inherited trauma, the ancestral fear. You are the chain breaker, the lineage liberator, the one who said, "It ends with me." And that role requires energy, pure, protected, and purposeful energy. This is why you're being asked to cleanse, to clear, to guard, not out of paranoia, but out of reverence. Reverence for your path, reverence for your role, reverence for your soul's unique design. You were not meant to carry everything. Some of what you've been holding was never yours to begin with. Empaths, light workers, healers, you were trained to feel deeply. But now you must evolve. Feeling isn't the end game. Sovereignty is. And sovereignty means discerning what is yours and what is not. If a thought drains you, it's not yours. If a connection confuses you, it's not aligned. If a path exhausts you, it's not the way. Stop trying to force clarity. In places where your energy is being distorted, Michael reminds you, what is aligned will energize you. What is misaligned will deplete you. Always. It really is that simple. But simplicity scares the ego because the ego feeds on complexity. The soul, however, craves truth. And truth is always elegant. Truth doesn't need to shout, it just is. And when you live from that place, life begins to flow. That's what the shift is trying to teach you. To flow. Not from laziness, but from alignment. To lead. Not from force, but from frequency. To protect. Not from fear, but from deep love. For your mission. Because your energy is your offering to this earth. Every thought, every word, every boundary, every creation, it all carries a frequency. And that frequency either reinforces the old world or births the new. Michael says, you are not here to fix the world. You are here to shine your truth so fully that the world remembers how to fix itself. Let that sink in. You're not responsible for everyone else's awakening. You're responsible for your own. And in doing that, you ripple outward. You lift rooms, you shift conversations, you open hearts. Simply by being in your own divine authority. That's what makes you powerful. And with great power comes the need for discernment. You don't have time to entertain energy that siphons your light. You don't have room for half-hearted connections. You don't have space for noise disguised as wisdom. Your intuition is becoming razor-sharp for a reason. Use it when something feels off, honor that. When someone's words don't match their energy, believe the energy. When an opportunity feels flashy but hollow, walk away. You are not here to be dazzled. You are here to be aligned. and that alignment requires silence, solitude, stillness, not forever but often. Because in the stillness your soul speaks loudest, and that voice, it doesn't beg. It doesn't push, it doesn't panic, it simply knows. And that knowing is your compass now. That knowing is your protection. You don't need to micromanage this shift. You just need to stay rooted, present, devoted to truth. Michael is reminding you, your energy is not random. It is encoded with the exact frequency the earth needs right now. Do not dim it. Do not doubt it. Do not delay it. You are here on purpose, and your light is not fragile. It is forged, ancient, timeless. Let it rise. Let it clear. Let it call home every part of you that has been waiting for this moment, because the next phase is approaching fast, and you'll want all your energy intact when it arrives. So now here you are. You've crossed lifetimes to get to this threshold. You've weathered storms, survived spiritual droughts, and walked through fires most people never see. You didn't just stumble into this shift, you earned it. And Archangel Michael has been with you the whole way, not always loud, not always obvious, but present, in the sudden insight that saved you, in the peace that arrived for no reason, in the strength that rose when you thought you had none left. You are not the same soul who began this journey. Something in you has clicked into place, a remembering, a returning, a quiet but unshakable knowing. I came here for this moment in human history, this moment of collapse and rebirth, this moment where timelines split and the old world gasps for air while the new one begins to breathe. You came to midwife that birth, not by shouting, not by controlling, but by standing in your frequency, unwavering like a lighthouse in the storm. You came to be what the world forgot, to remind through presence, to teach through example, to embody the sacred. That's why protecting your energy is not optional. It's essential, because everything around you is moving faster now. People will project, systems will collapse, truth will rise, shadow will scream, and in the middle of it all you must stay centered. Michael says, "The eye of the storm is not calm by accident. It is calm by design. Be the eye." You are not here to fight the storm. You are here to anchor light through it. And anchoring light means devotion. It means discipline, not the rigid, punishing kind, but the soul-honoring kind. The kind of discipline that says, I will show up for myself every day, no matter what. The kind of discipline that turns spiritual insight into embodied action, because wisdom without action is wasted. You've been collecting guidance, tools, healing practices for years, maybe lifetimes. Now is the time to use them. This is the field test. This is the real deal. This is where the rubber meets the road. So cleanse your field, speak your truth, honor your intuition, protect your rituals, guard your sleep, trust your boundaries. These aren't luxuries anymore. They are lifelines. They are how you maintain your frequency in a world that's still remembering its own. You can't wait for the world to catch up before you rise. You rise first. You rise now. And in doing so, you give others silent permission to do the same. That is the ripple effect of embodied light. And make no mistake, you are the light. Not in some abstract spiritual metaphor, but in a real energetic sense. Your consciousness is part of the new grid. Every time you clear a wound, forgive a past version of yourself, or choose peace over drama, you're shifting the matrix. You are a living node of activation. That's why the interference has been so loud lately. That's why the distractions have gotten sneakier. That's why old patterns tried to claw their way back in, because you're close. So close to a frequency you've never held this fully in this lifetime. Michael says, when darkness knows, the light is about to break through, it gets desperate. Don't mistake resistance for failure. Don't mistake fatigue for weakness. Don't mistake loneliness for misalignment. Sometimes elevation requires isolation. Sometimes upgrading your vibration means everything around you goes silent, not to punish you, but to give you space to recalibrate, to commune, to listen, to remember what is real. And here is what's real. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. Because this shift is not happening to you, it's happening through you. You are the vessel, the channel, the activator, and as you clear out the noise, what remains is power. Not ego power, but soul power. The kind of power that bends timelines, that softens hearts, that changes realities. You don't have to try to be powerful. You already are. All that's left is to remove what tells you otherwise. And so this is your invitation. From Michael, from your higher self, from the divine itself. Remember who you are, not the name, not the role, not the story. Remember the essence, the light before the body, the mission before the programming, the purity before the pain. That is the real you, and that is the energy that is needed now more than ever. You don't have to wait for a better moment. You don't need more signs. You don't need to feel ready. You need to begin to walk your path with intention, to choose alignment even when it's inconvenient, to speak your truth even when your voice shakes, to love yourself as fiercely as you've loved others, and to protect that love, to guard that truth, to shelter that light, not with fear, but with reverence. Because this shift isn't just about ascension, it's about embodiment, not leaving the world but transforming it, not escaping your body but inhabiting it fully, not bypassing reality but transmuting it from the inside out. This is sacred work, and you are sacred, so let this be your prayer. I remember why I came. I claim my light. I choose my path. I protect my energy. I walk with Archangel Michael, and I rise now, and so it is.